people are very excited for our next presentation. I see our viewership going up a little bit higher here. We'll bring on a couple of guys from Grom Social Enterprises. It's ticker GROM. We have Paul Ward and we have Melvin Liner. How you doing, guys?
Great.
We're doing great, Brent. I checked in earlier. What happened to your crown?
You want the crown back?
I want the crown.
Oh, yeah. A little bit, Paul. Okay, one sec. It's just right over here. It's just right over here. There we go.
There you go.
It's actually Spencer's crown, but he's letting me use it. So thank you, Spencer.
All right. Well, it's working for you, my friend.
I put it a little sideways.
Yeah.
A little sideways there. Like I said, guys, the YouTube audience has been very excited to learn more about Grom. I'll let you guys take it away.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And let me begin by prefacing with some apologies. Our CEO, Darren Marks, got pulled away in a family emergency. He was going to co-present with me. So Mel Liner is here for moral support. Let me dive in and tell you all about Grom Social. I joined the company about 5 months, 10 days ago, and it's a much different company than the one I joined. And I'm really excited to share with you who we are and where we're going. Let's take a quick look. Grom Social Enterprises, we're an entertainment, technology, and social media company. We're dedicated to family-friendly programming, and that's important. You'll be hearing more about that. Web filtering technology, and safe, secure social media for kids. What really sets us apart is that we invite parents and caregivers to join us in playing a very active role in keeping kids safe, engaged, and entertained. Or as we like to say at Grom, we're seriously safe, seriously entertaining, and seriously satisfying. I'm just going to top line for you. I'm not going to walk through everyone here, but we do have a deep bench of talent behind Grom. And like I said, Darren Marks is our CEO. Again, he got pulled away like in a family emergency. I'm sure everything's fine, but again, he really sends his regrets. Zach Marks is our founder and chief kid officer. You'll be hearing a little bit about him. When he was 11 years old, he conceived the idea for what Grom is today, and I'm really excited about that. Jason Williams is our newly installed chief financial officer. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm joined by, he goes by Melvin, but we just call him Mel Liner, who's our vice chairman. And so cutting down to me, I'm Paul Ward. I'm the president of Grom Social. By way of backgrounder, I spent the bulk of my career in adulthood at Nickelodeon and Viacom, now Viacom CBS. And my main job in the last 10 years there was running Nick at Night. One of the things that happened when I came over here was I helped lure the next gentleman, Russell Hicks. And Russell is our chief content officer for Curiosity Inc. Media, and now he's the president of Top Drawer Animation. I'll give a little more color commentary as we go through. It will all come together, I promise. These are our 4 main subsidiaries that make up Grom. Grom Social, we are a safe social media opportunity for kids under the age of 13. Some of you may not be aware, kids under 13 are not supposed to be on social media, and that is because those platforms can't guarantee that they are COPPA compliant, which means that they don't necessarily adhere to the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. We do. We want kids under 13. We only want kids under 13, and we're exclusively for them in this really unique social media opportunity. We're Grom Educational Services. Basically, this is a web filtering solution primarily used in schools, but we do have some government and private business contracts. And basically what we do is, we provide the service that prevents employees and students from going places on the internet they're not supposed to be when they're using school property or the web services. Top Drawer Animation, this is our animation studio in the Philippines. It's got over 400 animators. It's been around since 1999, and we've got some new leadership that we're installing there that I will describe for you momentarily. And then Curiosity Inc. Media. The ink just dried on this. We officially closed the acquisition of Curiosity Inc. Media yesterday. So the timing of this opportunity here today could not be better because I've got a lot of great things to share with you. Why don't I just walk you through what I call the Grom selfie? So we've got a rich combination of our own content, web safety, families, kids and families reached, blue chip clients, original storytelling, and consumer trust. These are the core pillars of who we are. Since we launched in 2012, we've amassed an impressive library. Now it's up over 1,500 hours of exclusive content. We fortify Grom Social regularly with programming. I'll give you an example. There's a Sunday show called Sundays with Victoria. It's one of our signature shows. And again, we just keep fortifying with new content alongside social media opportunities for kids. On the web safety side, we've have filtered over 2 billion attempts for kids to go places on the internet, on school issued laptops and on the internet. So we prevented that from happening. Since launch, we've reached over 25 million kids, parents, and students across our platforms. So we're really excited about that. On the blue chip client side, this right now, this applies to Top Draw Animation, but it's about to apply to Curiosity Inc. Media. That's, of course, if I do my job right, which I intend to. And some of our clients, we are a service provider for Disney, DreamWorks, Netflix, Warner Brothers, Hasbro, Nickelodeon, and Scholastic. And we are in the content business squarely. Just months ago, we were primarily web filtering and social media. Now we're rounding it out with a ton of original IP that covers off categories, including animated series, graphic novels, and other published content. We're looking at we have a few theatrical releases I'm going to describe for you, and we've got premium partners, which we're very excited about. And all of this accrues to really Grom's unique selling proposition, which is all about gaining and retaining and earning it every day consumer trust. As I mentioned before, we are COPPA compliant, which is huge, and it's really what sets us apart against other social media that's out there. We provide round-the-clock monitoring on our social media, and we also have parental controls, and which is huge for parents of kids, especially under 13, so that they understand and have full visibility of where their child is when they're on Grom and they're experiencing social media. What I like about Grom Social is kids are going to go on social media anyway. And part of our big communication strategy is to tell parents, your kids are going to go on social media, give them an opportunity to explore and experiment in a safe, controlled environment that parents can play a role in. Let's start with the mothership, and that is Grom Social. And parents do worry. They're concerned about their kids on social media. This is routine of a lot of different studies. 3 in 4 parents worry about their kids being exposed to harmful, inappropriate content. Now, as we all know, that covers an array of things that kids can be exposed to on social. It's not just predators. It's bullying. It's hate speech. It's negative language. It's inappropriate videos. And so it's the sort of thing that keeps parents up at night. And it's the sort of thing that's very difficult to monitor because parents have enough going on these days. Monitoring their social media behavior everywhere else is very challenging. And again, Grom gives them the tools to do that. But kids themselves worry about social media. In fact, 1 in 4 teenagers reported being bullied on social media, and fully half of them had a front row seat to another kid being bullied. So there is a solution. A lot of times parents or a lot of people just throw up their hands and say, well, this is the way of the world. Well, it's not. There's an answer, and that answer is Grom Social. Here's what we do. Again, we're entertaining and protecting kids 24/7. We're the only COPPA compliant app, the only one in all of social for kids under the age of 13 that allows them to record and share videos. Okay, and so we fully monitor this. We have live monitoring 24/7. We have algorithms that capture inappropriate content, so nothing gets posted that's not supposed to be there. And again, this is all about giving kids the social media opportunity that older kids get to enjoy, but in a safe, walled garden that we call Grom. They get a sense of community with other Grom users. We're giving them exclusive content, live commenting, hashtags, streaming video, direct messaging, and chatting with original cartoon characters. I will say before I move on to the next division that, having come from Nickelodeon and Nick at Night, I bring a programmer sensibility to this platform. And I think it's really important not just to have all of these great opportunities for kids, but to program to them like a programmer. And, just last month, our #1 influencer was on the surfing team for the U.S. Women's Olympic team. We were really proud of her. Oh, she came in fourth, but she was amazing. She took Grom users along for the ride, gave them exclusive content, not just about surfing, but about health and wellness, and really about attaining your dreams. And we like that because it's very, very consistent with our good for kids overall messaging. We're not just protecting kids online, we also do it in school. And as I described earlier, Grom Educational Services, our core product here is called Netspective. We sell it into school systems. It's been around since 2003. And so if a school district is issuing Chrome notebooks or Lenovo laptops or Samsung Galaxies that are outfitted with internet access, the school district is responsible for the online behavior that takes place there. Netspective and Grom Educational prevent kids from going off into places on the internet that they are not supposed to be in school property. So in addition to protecting kids, we're also protecting the school districts here. It's a valuable service, and it's been a very important part of our business, and we're thrilled to have it. Top Draw Animation. So Top Draw Animation, for lack of a better descriptor, I call it ghost animation. So if someone were to write a speech for someone and the person delivering the speech is not going to get up and credit the speechwriter, then that writer becomes a ghost writer. What we do is we are there for so many different global entertainment brands that come to us to say, this is our hit series. We're going into season 5. Will you animate season 5 for us? Here are the specs. And these companies know that when they come to Top Draw, they're going to get the animation expertise. We're going to deliver the specs exactly the way they were asked for. We're going to deliver it on time, on budget. And we've got a small army of 450 animators in Manila that have been working diligently on this. It's something we're really proud of, and Grom embraced it into the family in 2016, and we're going to keep going with this. And there's a new opportunity here that I just want to point out, that the founder and the general manager for Top Draw, a gentleman by the name of Wayne Deering, is about to retire, and he is about to be replaced by Russell Hicks, my old pal from Nickelodeon, who's also the head of Curiosity Inc. Media. Here's what's really important to know. This is a Philippine-based company, and now it's going to be run by somebody out of Hollywood, namely Russell Hicks. Russell has spent 40 years in animation, and he started at Hanna-Barbera, and he worked for Ted Turner at Turner, and I worked with him for a very long time at Nickelodeon. He's been at Disney, and he's been at so many different entertainment companies, and he's so enmeshed in the creative and animation community. And that's important because now all of these people that he grew up with professionally are now at the top of the decision-making chain at NBC Universal and at Netflix and at Hulu and at Amazon. So it's really important that, and it streamlines the process so that Russell Hicks can go in, drive a conversation about selling our services to these companies in Hollywood, and we think it's going to be a huge shot in the arm. Now, Russell will oversee Top Draw Animation from Hollywood, but he's also going to wear his main hat as the chief creative officer for Top Draw Animation. For Curiosity Inc. Media. A little snapshot on Top Draw. We produce hundreds of hours of animation a year. These are some of the titles that we've worked on. Again, you saw the client list. They're down at the bottom. Scholastic, Nickelodeon. They routinely come to us for animation services. And as you could see, we took a little bit of a dip during COVID, and we're really excited because we're writing a lot of new business, and already Russell Hicks is leading the conversation about selling our services to even more companies. Okay, Curiosity Inc. Media. This is the meat and potatoes of what I really wanted to discuss with everyone today. This is all original IP that brings Grom fairly into the kids and family entertainment space. And we're talking about e-commerce, feature films, original series, preschool series, publishing, and more. I'm going to top line some of them for you because I've got one eye on the clock and I want to make sure I use my allotted time and I use your time wisely. Santa.com. We are kicking this off in November, right after Halloween, in fact. And this is a virtual North Pole, okay, where kids and families can go and experience this fun, interactive, highly animated environment that also has e-commerce attached to it. So I just got off the phone at 3 o'clock. I had a very lengthy meeting about what products are going to be available in the kids section and in the adult section, so that if grownups are going to a party and they want to bring a gift for their host, something unique is going to be here. If a child sees something that they want from Santa Claus, then they can generate a list, have it emailed to the North Pole, and Santa or mom and dad, with a couple of clicks, can purchase it, have it wrapped, have it ready to rock and roll, and right under the tree. We're really excited about this. But this is not just about e-commerce, because we're a content company. And so we are also hard at work on a feature film that we're hoping to launch probably in 2023. And because we come from an entertainment background, and if you look at the holiday classics that many of us grew up with, Frosty, Rudolph, things like that, those are all now 50, 60, 70 years old. It's time for a new one. And in the Santa.com holiday special that we're mounting, Santa has to automate the North Pole. He's ready to retire, but wouldn't you know it, hackers get into the system, and Santa has to come out of his retirement, dust off his sled, find his old reindeer, and save Christmas. And it's a musical holiday special we're very excited about. The Pirate Princess. This is actually really very exciting. This is a feature film franchise, and it's about a young woman whose parents give her up as an infant, and she's raised on an island that's populated with pirates. So all of these pirates get together, and they teach her how to be tough, and they teach her how to fend for herself. And now she's a young woman, and she's ready to take on the world in a good way. And we're really excited. The thing you need to know about this is, and I can't say it on here because it hasn't been announced yet, this is something we're doing in tandem with a major global toy company. That's all I'm going to say. And as you can imagine, we see not just one feature film here. We see a franchise opportunity, a potential for series, and obviously consumer products, global merchandising, and global distribution opportunities. So we're very, very excited about this. Thunderous. Thunderous is another one that's now with Thunderous, we're going to birth this as a publishing opportunity next spring. And many of you may know, when I was a kid, we called them comic books, and now they've been completely plussed up and upgraded, and now they're the red hot graphic novels. So we're really excited about this one. Thunderous is about an indigenous American teenager. She lives in Colorado. Her grandmother's constantly trying to educate her about her family's culture. She seems really not interested in the whole thing. And then suddenly she finds herself in a situation where she's transported to another world, and everything her grandmother tried to teach her is going to be the very things that are going to save her life. We're really excited about this. And for those of you that may not know, and for those of you that have any interest in ever going to Comic-Con, birthing this as a graphic novel is a huge way to build a considerable fan base on this. Preschool. Russell Hicks, as I mentioned, I'm sorry, I've mentioned his name like 6 times, but it's hugely important. Russell had his fingerprints all over Dora the Explorer, which is now 22 years old, and it is doing great numbers still at Viacom, and they exported it to Viacom Plus. I beg your pardon, Paramount Plus. And this is about a toy train who goes on an adventure to see his dad. It's for preschoolers. We think kids are going to love it. We think mom and dads are going to love it. Obviously, consumer products, publishing, worldwide licensing, and global distribution opportunities. Speaking of global distribution, Joey, I'm watching the clock. Global distribution, Cats versus Pickles. Some of you may have seen this. It's currently hit on YouTube. It has millions of viewers every week. Sepia, the company that mounted, it came to us to say, will you help us convert this to a series? And the thing I love about this is there's no dialogue. So if you think back to Tom and Jerry, or for the younger crowd, Itchy and Scratchy, having no dialogue means a couple of different things. It's got no cultural barriers, no language barriers, and the ability to be exported internationally almost immediately. Curiosity Books, like I said, using Thunderous as one of the opportunities. We have a slate of publishing opportunities that are coming up. We think it's great. We also love it because we're very, very big on promoting literacy. We feel like it's consistent with our DNA. These are some of the things in development. Odd Jobs, 4 boys want to get the latest and greatest scooter, so they embark on a series of odd jobs, and they end up, in order to fund the acquisition, and wouldn't you know it, they almost end up burning down the entire town. Forgettable Supervillains, a group of horrible, terrible superheroes that have never caught a crook in their lives, all band together, and they were like, this is not going to work. Let's try our luck as villains. But when they do, they find out that real superheroes are actually evil, and then they have to pivot once again, and they finally get their shot at being superheroes. Really, really fun. Uthar the Blue, a barbarian centuries ago, wants to give up his ways. He finds his opportunity. He's transported to the modern world. He gets a desk, a lawn, and the house in the suburbs. And wouldn't you know it, the monsters he attempted to slay have come back to haunt him. Aloha Hoku, very sweet musical series. Just very quickly on some of our KPIs, as I mentioned, to date, we've had over 24 million kids, adults come to our platform. We're very excited. We pull in about 2.5 million monthly active users. The duration on here is great. The stickiness and the time spent is something we're proud of. But even more so, I think that the gender breakdown is something that we really want to hone in and leverage as much as possible, because it's really important when you're serving in the kids business to not go too far girl or too far boy. You want to maintain like that really nice gender skew. So I'm going to tell you right now, wrapping it up, we've got original content for the starved subscription video market. Netflix, Paramount, and everyone have woken up to Disney Plus and HBO Max, which are deep with kids content. Now they need content. We want to be that supplier. We're going to continue to sell our animation services from top drawer. We're going to keep kids safe with our web filtering solutions, and we're going to continue to grow our safe social media that's just for kids under the age of 13. We've got premium family-friendly content, social media, cross-platform synergy that we fundamentally believe is going to unlock revenue opportunities. Seriously safe, seriously entertaining, seriously satisfying. How did I do on time?
Woo! Yeah, we're right there. We're right there. I mean, Paul, I can tell that you are very excited about this, and it's a very good thing to get excited about. I mean, we're talking about educating children and facilitating children's social interactions. Literally probably one of the most important things we can do. You guys have a great cause here. Just want to ask really one quick question really quick here. We had a good question from Mike, who has been doing a really good job throughout the day, asking us good questions. He asked, how do you make money? Is it from parents directly? Is it media companies? Is it advertisers? Is it from schools?
It's in a couple of different ways. So we're on NetSpective, we're making money from the schools because they pay for our services. For Top Drawer Animation, we sell our animation services. Obviously, we get a nice cut out of that. With the original IP. Like, there's great opportunities there. And on social, we're an ad-supported platform. Right now, we're taking third-party advertising. I want to change that. I want to control our ad sales inventory and really sell it at a premium. So there's a lot of revenue potential here. So it's a good question.
Awesome. Well, that was excellent. I was very interested to learn about Grom Social Enterprises. It's ticker GROM. We had Paul Ward, president, and also Mel Liner with us. Thanks a lot for joining, gentlemen. The crowd liked it, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
Thanks so much. It was a privilege to be here.